Well, a little late today. Sorry about that. 5 o'clock somewhere, 5:30, 5:45, 10 till 6. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Happy Hour. It's that time again. We've made it into the week. We think we made it the other week. As I'm actually going to mute Mom real quick before I bring her on. But before I bring Mom on, before we get rolling, let's get this thing rolling. Let's get the show on the road. Virtual Happy Hour is on the air. Here we go. You can see we're not on the patio. I'm not a wimp necessarily, but a couple things. We had, first off, good afternoon to you. Good evening, Friday. Happy 4th of July weekend. The sound we all love to hear. Hold on. There you go. Like that sound? Could be anything, right? I had to move up. I'm kind of late today because I'm just late. One of those days where you're just kind of late, where you don't really have let's say motivation. Yeah, maybe motivation. Just as the wife will join me in a few minutes. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. I'll go back to that. But where we're at, first off, we're here. We're here because we're all wanting to chat virtually during this crazy time. I didn't update the widget either. Remember I told you guys this on Wednesday that it went to 100. We're actually day 102. Let's see. Yep, 101. Let's see, 101 went in yesterday. Yeah, 102. So it's not actually day 2. But anyway, glad you're along. We're here just to chat, just to catch up. Camera's a little on. I'm a little high on this shot. But the fun part is I'm going to try some bells and whistles on you guys. Number 2, our internet, we think is fixed. We think. Right now I'm running it all thumbs up. So we'll see if that stays like that. Then also I'm going to give you guys another shot as well. This is of here, the other camera. I mentioned some bells and whistles playing. You guys are kind of the guinea pigs of this. That right there is the patio. We usually are. Actually, that's the umbrella. That's the other. We have 2 umbrellas on the patio, and that is one of the 2. Usually you would see us downstairs and just, again, I came up here to get the stuff and take it downstairs. I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and shoot it up here. It is 99 degrees here in Dallas today, at least currently right now. It's supposed to top out at 99. Not supposed to be any hotter than 99 all the way through next week. We won't hit 100 until next weekend, but our stretch of weather sort of, it's hot, but our unseasonably let's get this thing temperature here for us. Not 31. There we go. Our unseasonably cooler, milder temperatures will exit. So yeah. I don't like the way this is shot. This is what I use sometimes on my Australia show, different times. This is my little rack, and this is the studio. We're in the studio, and well, you know what? I'll kind of give you all that while I bring Mom on. She's waiting, and my brother's waiting as well. Up in Indiana. But this is usually where I shoot most of my Kansas City T-Bone stuff here. I've got over in the corner, a set of lights. You can see them sort of over there. Yeah, a little bit. A couple of them over there. They're all behind the TV there, but there's one of the lights. And I've got some lights. I can set them up. And then I got the day bed in here. Anyway, I'll give you more of a tour in a moment, but that's the outside. Right there. But this is usually where we shoot most all the things. Actually, if I bring this down just a bit, this might help. Because a little better. It's still a little as far as putting somebody in the frame there. I'm using my laptop camera, which I hardly ever use. Usually we use this other camera. The one you're seeing, I use it. So anyway, a lot of technical mumbo jumbo there. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. If you want to join us, you can do just that. You can click on the link right there. We'll bring you on the virtual green room. Let me have an adult beverage. I took a nap today like a little kid. I hadn't taken a nap since probably the last nap I took was when my wife and I were in Belize. Besides my normal naps I take when I'm sitting at my desk in my office and I doze off. All right. Speaking of guys who's probably not taking a nap in a while, and folks up in Indiana, let me pull their mics up. I see my brother on the screen. I heard my mom earlier. So, what is she talking about?
It says live, but I don't.
You're live, sir. You're live.
But I don't see you.
You're there. Can you not see me, hear me, Bueller?
I got no video of you, by the way.
You don't?
Or audio, for that matter.
You don't? Can you hear me at all? No, hear me at all? Okay. Why don't you guys try? Why don't you guys log back on again? How about that? Let's give them a. I'm going to bring them off and let them try again. For some reason, yeah, that's an ultra, not an adult beverage. Yes, this is true. It's true. I am a fat kid. Although I have a major announcement to make. Let's see here. And yeah, well, Sam, we're going to try it again in just a moment. Bring them back up again. I don't know if they're doing. I could do virtual fireworks, I guess. Kevin, I do have shots of the Wichita fireworks show, and I've got Kansas. Actually, I've got some Kansas City fireworks, and I've got them from Dignity Ballpark of the association. Only problem is the music might be muted because they may not want the copyright deal. I could try again there, Mom and Sam and others. Yeah, you heard the same conversation these two days. Yes, I did too. Yes, very funny, Ryan. Very funny. By the way, Ryan, your photo today of you in the mask driving was vintage, sir. It was classic. I loved it. Very, very funny. And the wife's response is even better. Let's try them again. I believe they're out there. Let's try them again. Let's bring them on, and let's see if they can hear me now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, you hear me now? Okay, cool. First off, I'm good to see it. What is that you're wearing on your face? Santa Claus or?
Yeah, you like it?
Not particularly, but no, you look good. This is usually mom cam, but it's Slick cam because this is Slick Uncle Bobby here, who's actually in
house right now.
You're at your mom at my mom's house, Indiana. There we go. Put that. There we go. Yeah, I actually had a little problem earlier when I was trying to get on. It was, I don't know if it was our new internet or what it was because but I like the shirt, by the way. Texas Tech shirt, very nice. But yeah, now you got me. So I'll go. So what mom she just decide that she was on strike today or what?
Oh, she's here. I came over. We made the neighborhood fireworks show was tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I came over to help make ice cream and do some planning for her, and then Stephanie's family's in town, and they're coming over later. So
this is my roommate here.
No, I'm his
How you
maid.
doing?
What are the neighbors doing, babe?
I don't know.
I'm
not Mrs. Kravitz. You are.
Oh, I'm watching the neighbors. Oh, give you a live shot of the neighbors too, as well. Whatever they're doing out there, I'm not sure what they're doing. There's a truck out there.
He's doing something to the car.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know.
No, he really is the Mrs. Kravitz. He stares out the window and watches what people do. It's hilarious.
Yes, I am that. So, yeah, to the big fireworks show up there in Indiana. It sounds. If I described it to you, it would sound just like kind of. But it's actually pretty cool. It's a neighborhood show, but it's not just a neighborhood show. It's been done for so long. You've done it for. They did it for years prior to you guys arriving in Indiana. Do you know the story behind that? Who does it? It's really cool. It's quote unquote neighborhood, but it's as big as anything I've seen.
Two neighbors down the street started it, I believe, and they both went out and got their pyrotechnics license, and so they've done shows for different lakes around the area, schools and stuff like that. So it's professional. I mean, it's similar to what you'd see on a Saturday at a baseball game at a minor league baseball stadium. Similar concept of, but it literally is just 100, not even 100 yards away from us, where they're lighting them off. So, yeah, it grows every year. It's gotten bigger and bigger. I don't know where they get the fireworks from, but it's not stuff you can buy down the street at Walmart or whatever. So, yeah, it's pretty cool stuff, and they've done it for years and years and years. So people on the street here will all have parties and have cookouts and stuff like that, and everybody gets in the backyard. And Mom
it's not like when we were little kids. When we were little kids, and grandmother and granddad take us to Seminole, we'd like get a bag full of like sparklers and a couple of those the little bottle rockets. We thought we were like, we'd fire them all. That would be it. That was it. It wasn't like those days, was it?
No.
I could make a joke here, but I'm not gonna.
Get me a beer. Yeah, I'm doing the Ultra.
Yeah.
Ryan's giving me grief on the Ultra
The only
here.
thing I can get him, Ryan, is like legit a drink, like a whiskey on the rocks or something.
We do have a pretty good bar downstairs, Ryan. Sambo, do you have a
except for my tequila.
You have any? You don't avoid Ultra, do you? You avoid it, or you?
No, I don't. I have to tell you what. I don't drink a whole lot to begin with anymore. I used
There you go.
I used to drink Captain Morgan like it was like going out of style or something.
Yes, I remember that.
But I don't drink much anymore. To tell you the truth, I don't no reason why. Just not. I'll drink a margarita. I'll make a margarita or so here and there.
Oh, that's right. He likes fancy drinks.
Yeah.
He likes fancy drinks.
Yeah, give me some umbrellas in my drinks. I'm good to go.
That's right.
Oops, sorry about that. I'm actually doing a little.
No, but I was going to say, Sam, with your beard, as it grows a little bit longer, you're going to have to get yourself a pair of skinny jeans. and maybe like one of those like beanie caps.
Well, I got
some
myself
skinny jeans and a beanie cap. You look like a little hipster.
We got our first football workout on Monday coming up, and so I bought myself one of those net gaiters.
Yeah,
you know
I bought two for Danny.
So I put it on, and my beard goes through it. I look stupid. So
that's funny.
So I had to order a mask instead, and my beard just shows. I mean, it's like that doesn't make sense.
That's hilarious. I didn't even think about that.
There's one of those.
And we saw those. We actually saw those in Belize because the guys that drove the boat from our resort to the little private beach we had, all the drivers, because all they do is every half hour they take you to the beach, you take people back to the resort. They do this all day from like 8 a.m. to 5 or something like that. And these guys were wearing those things. And I remember commenting to you a couple times that must be really good about not. I was thinking more for keeping the ultraviolets from getting your face sunburned, but also doubles as a mask. We got a couple of those. I got a Cowboys and a Rangers.
Yeah, I ordered him a Rangers one and a Cowboy one just so we could pretend that sports exist.
Yeah. But I like the material and everything. It's just the beard literally goes right through. It's pretty fine material, but yeah, it's.
Where's Stephanie?
She's at home. They're coming over here later in a little bit. Her parents in town.
Oh, you didn't leave her home doing chores. You didn't leave her home because she still had chores to do.
We had the nieces and nephews in town the last 2 weeks, so their parents have come to pick them all up. So,
bless you. Are you tired?
Yeah, it's been a long week. Yeah, but it's pretty easy. They're old enough that they're pretty self-sustained, if that makes sense. But a lot of swimming. Just open the pool up in the morning and they swim for a while. The sun gets too hot, we go inside. We swim in the evening. So that's not doing anything outside of the house, with the kids at all. So still social distancing, but yeah.
So what are y'all gonna do for dinner? Y'all doing a grilling out there or what?
No, I got the grill yesterday. I made some. It's actually really good. I've never heard of it. A pork ribeye roast. So it's basically a pork loin, I think. And then I had a pork tenderloin I bought too, and I put them on the Weber. So I used indirect heat. I used about a layer of charcoal, and then I put a bunch of mesquite chunks on top, and just kind of semi-smoked it for a while, and glazed it with this glaze I made with apple juice and apple cider vinegar and brown sugar, and it was pretty good. A lot of garlic pepper, garlic powder, and came out pretty good. I liked it. So today she had some chicken in a crock pot or something when I left. So
sounds delicious.
It's so hot. I don't know if we're gonna grill tonight. I think we're gonna go grab something somewhere, either on a patio or bring it home to go. It's getting to the point where it's too hot.
Well, yeah. I don't mind being outside with the gear. The gear gets hot. I mean, the laptop gets hot. I've got the audio interface. It gets hot. The camera. I mean, everything's. It's just no reason to put it outside unless it's. I would have done it today. I'm not. I mean, but triple digits probably not. But I think I'll get back out there on Monday. But yeah, we're getting to that point where it's pretty brutal. I mean, the point we got to
wash your sound, by the way.
Day at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, but. Yeah, we were fired up today, but we turn this down just a bit, peaking just a bit there. But nope, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do
Well,
for dinner.
Caroline's working, so we're on our own. So we could do something she doesn't like, which is just about
Which
anything.
pretty much means every day we're on our own because it's just like anything we make.
That's
So
not true. She likes our burgers. She likes our hot dogs. She
I
likes
got
our
no
broth.
sound.
She likes chicken. He makes a mean chicken breast.
Yeah,
Those
but-
we haven't even thawed, so we can't do that tonight.
nope,
So.
nope, a little bit. What's mom doing? Was mom there? Where am I hearing that? I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, Gamerine.
You're hearing me?
Yeah, where's your phone? You hear me, Sam? I got lost.
I got no sound if you can hear me.
There you are.
He doesn't hear me though. He doesn't hear
I
me.
can see you, but I
You
can't
can
hear
see
you.
me. Can't hear me? Huh?
We can hear you.
Weird. Huh? Well, I don't know why I can't hear him. I can't hear him at all. Let me try one thing real quick. Oh, try it again. Can you hear me at all? No. Huh? That is the dangest thing. Huh? Well, I don't know why I can't hear him. Yeah, he's hearing me now, but he's well. All right. Well, I'll let you go. I'm sorry you can't hear us.
No sound.
All right. Sorry you can't hear us, but there he goes, folks. That is Uncle Bobby up in Uncle Bobby up in Indiana. But I don't know what happened there, but for some reason we dropped the audio on them. Well, there we go. I'll put the volume down. Yeah, I was hearing us again. That was you behind. Was your phone turned up?
No. I don't know what you were hearing. I looked at it again and my volume's all the way down.
Huh. Was there another device in the house that's on? Because I was hearing us down the hallway.
No.
No, I think your volume was up. I could hear us. I could hear you. Anyway, okay, all good. So
How's your drink situation?
fine. I don't know why I don't know why they didn't hear us, but oh well. Sorry about that. But let's see here. There we go. Hello.
Oh, Johnsy.
And she said hi to you too. There we go.
Oh, nice. I didn't see it on my phone.
No, because you're actually sitting over my shoulder. That's why.
That's right.
So-
I'll disappear so you can.
Well, nothing. I'm not just trying to. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry, Sam. I don't know what the deal was with that. But thanks for joining us there. I promise that if you guys join us, that we'll make every effort to not have you guys drop off, though.
Well,
but
you know what? If you're still listening, you and Stephanie love a good road trip. So maybe y'all should just hop in the car and come to Texas. I'm just saying. I know you have football, but do you have it every day?
yes, I start here in a couple weeks, babe.
Darn.
No, it's a good idea. It's a very, very good idea.
They're not afraid to drive. You're the one who's afraid to drive.
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if I'm just a bad person. I guess I'm terrible. I guess that's it.
Not a bad person.
But I just do not. The road trip does not excite me. I got a little fired up by the one we went on to Lubbock. Lubbock doesn't bug me too much. I like the road to Lubbock and anything out that way. But in general, anything over 45 minutes in the car is too long. And I think it goes to A, I like to fly, and B, grab a chair too, babe. And is number two is usually during the American Association baseball season, I am getting a chance to I'll pull this camera back around here so we can see us both here a little better. But I spend so much time on the American Association highways and byways that quite honestly, it just let me produce here. Oop. Sorry about that, guys. I think it comes from that though. I think it comes from riding the bus so long and riding the buses and the the bus leagues and whatever. I think that's part of it. That I just kind of get to the point where I don't want to. Sorry, guys. Not the best show when you're having to.
I messed you up.
Yeah, well, said I'm trying to get because you don't understand how the camera works, and I gotta. Oops. I had it all set up a while ago. Anyway, I'm talking amongst. This is why people don't tune in, right? Exactly right here, or they probably tune in, they laugh because of this nonsense here. I had it focused on me earlier, and there we go. And you're going to have to. There we go. A little better. Yeah, sort of better.
There we go.
That was I'm still not in it. Sort of better. There we go. I can pull this one up here. And there we go. Yes, here we go. There we go. That's much better. You're gonna look up there now.
Gotcha.
So they're on that camera. But yes, sorry about that, guys. We lost you guys. And I think the biggest thing for me why the road trip is not a big player is because there are a lot of long drives. I mean, 14 hours from Winnipeg sounds like some kind of country song, but you've got to cross the border, and even when you get to the border, you still got 13 and 12 more hours, and it's a long way. I was talking yesterday on my show, the T-Bone's replay of the radio, T-Bone's greatest hits. And on that show, I was talking about that year that this game was going on. I was talking about the travel that week, and it was a trip where we went. We were in somewhere up, I want to say Fargo or somewhere, came home, played 6 games, then hit the road, went to Cleburne, Texas. This is from Kansas City, mind you, back to KC. And then from there, we're here, came back down to Grand Prairie for 3 days, had an off day, drove to Lincoln, Nebraska, and played a Lincoln. Well, I'm saying the team, but that's the kind of stuff you do.
Yeah, that's
so road trips don't really excite me. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh, but I will say there, at least that year that you were talking about, y'all had that cool sleeper bus.
Yeah, but last year we didn't have it, and we had to do that same thing last year. There was a trip just like that. There was a Sioux City to Texas trip. We went Sioux City, Iowa to Texas, then back to Sioux City, Iowa, like same week. And that's a lot of, with no stops at home to play a couple games or whatever.
Okay, well, Sam, if football gets gets canned, I'll just hop in the car and come to Texas. We have lots of drinks and umbrellas.
Sam came at home at ice cream. I haven't at home. I don't know the last time I had home real.
Like with the grinder and the salt and everything. Oh my gosh, that would be so good.
I can't tell the last time I did that. Hey, Lance, good to see you out there in West Texas. Kevin, I'll get you in just a second here. I haven't had that the whole. I've been looking at a couple things to buy for culinary delights. One being 3 things actually. One, a smoker, but I haven't really pulled the trigger on that yet. But I think eventually I'd like to make more brisket and things like that. My brother does a great job of that. 2 is the air fryer.
We do want an air fryer.
We want an air fryer. We think that'd be good, especially in the wintertime. You want good, decent chicken strips. The Cleburne. Actually, the breaking news right now on Channel 8 here in Dallas.
Is it Cleburne's allowing gatherings?
Cleburne mayor allowing gatherings. They just showed a shot of the depot.
Yeah, there's a depot.
That's Texas Rangers, but there's about 5. But there's actually showed the Cleburne Railroaders ballpark. We're speaking of Cleburne, so.
Empty.
Anyway, and then number 3, the ice cream maker. There's a lot of healthy ice cream options out there. You can actually I've sort of made in the blender a healthy ice cream option. You can do that. There's a couple ways to do it, but there's actually those machines now that Cuisinart makes. Anyway, those are the machines we need. But one of the ones I looked at on Amazon was the old school with a little motor on top. There used to be the one you churn. I think Mom would remember this. You actually had to churn
I remember those.
Churn it, but they had the little motor and had your salt, rock salt and all that. Let's see here.
My dad making that outside. My mom would do like the fish fry with the hush puppies would be outside by the pool, and Dad would be making the ice cream, and cousins would be over.
Let's see here. That sounds like a meeting. MLB has the Red Sox and Yankees. NFL Cowboys versus Redskins. DSR. It's more about the Lonsdale Aces host the Sally Warriors tonight. And that's the town ball league up in Minnesota. Minnesota is having a town ball, and every weekend it seems like every day lately. Kevin's been up there doing he's doing the I'm not really sure how to say it, but he's basically doing a tour of all the ballparks up there. Let's see here. Yes, homemade ice cream.
I've been watching bits and pieces of whatever the Amarillo Sod Poodles channel is doing.
It's a collegiate wooden bat league.
That's what Connor Pierce said.
Yes. Lance says he loves his air fryer. See, I'm thinking too, our youngest loves, she's what should be called a caniac / Chicken Express Act, whatever other place you get fried chicken at, fried chicken strips. It's
Anywhere.
any fried chicken strip she's an expert on. That's like the staple.
Lane's
her-
is that new place.
Her menu, basically, if she had her own restaurant, her menu
Chicken strips.
would be chicken strips, really chicken strip, basically chicken strips and fries, pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza,
Cheese pizza.
and then
Hamburgers.
probably a
A
cheeseburger,
good burger.
a good cheeseburger with anything on it, just like plain with
And
like.
then she would have all the cookies and cream ice
Yeah,
cream. You can-
But I mean, that'd be the menu item. Those 4 items would be on the item. But and
not a good
the
healthy-
burger is just a ketchup and cheese. That's it. There ain't nothing else on
It's
it.
not a good healthy
But
way to be.
we've talked about these air fry things. We bought the air fried that you can put in the
Tyson
oven.
ones, they're good.
And they're okay. They're okay.
They're good.
But I'd like to be able to try the actual air fry and see if it's because everything I've seen demonstration
Yeah, I wanna
wise.
try, like fried zucchini, fried pickles, all those things. Has Lance ever done any like vegetables in it, like a pickle or a zucchini or anything like that?
Lips loves his ice cream maker. His ice maker. Yeah, I know what you mean. Your ice cream maker. There you go. I know what you mean. Let's see here. This is not a healthy ice cream. Well, no, it's 4th of July, so why not? Yes, rock salt, etc.
Rock
Let's
salt.
see. This is where I'll be tonight. Like 2 of the other. Yeah, there you go.
Is he going to be watching
The
or
town hall
listening to the Saints and the whomever?
Ryan says Lance King can't cook. We need a cook-off, the Lance King Ryan Hyatt cook-off. How would that go? I mean, I can see you guys like meeting in a neutral territory, like because you're out there in ropes, and he lives in Lubbock, but he's from up north, I say north, up toward Amarillo, I believe. Am I right about that, Lance? So could you guys meet like a neutral territory, like maybe in Littlefield or something, or maybe
Canyon.
I don't know, meet somewhere in between, and you guys have a cook-off, a battle to the end.
What would they cook?
I'm sure there were a lot of good things to cook. I mean, what do dudes cook? The cook-off, chili, gumbo,
It's too hot for
gumbo,
gumbo.
burger. I mean, well, it's too hot for everything.
Yeah.
It's too cold at home. Was it too hot for for golf, but too cold at home? The old country song. I mean, then they can do a beer. Maybe it's a beer deal where they got to make their own beer. There you go.
There you go.
Just thinking. Ryan, by the way, I meant to ask you this recently. Lance says grilled cheese. Really? Grilled cheese in the air fryer is
Really?
excellent. Huh.
That's cool. That actually sounds kind of good.
Ryan says, nice pic of Lance and some guy in a hat. Very funny. Let's show you the picture of Lance there.
Oh, see the dog.
That's funny. No, it's not a dog, babe.
Oh, it's an ass.
Yeah, and that's some guy in a hat. Very funny.
Ryan is funny.
Mom, you like Lance. He's West Texas. He's good people. You'll be fine. By the way, guys, I saw, you guys, a couple things about Lubbock. Yeah, you can come on. You should come on, Kevo, if you're out there.
Yeah.
Lance, you're from Lubbock. For some reason, I thought you were from Amarillo, but anyway, my bad. We in our happy hour that day, we were going through topics left and right. Hyatt just gets taken. He has the drive-through
What
down
you
with
got
that.
was trash talk.
I love it. I love it.
air
Yes,
fryers.
I told. Yes, he knows all about Seminole, Mom. We talked about that. So yes, Mom, we know about that. But yes, what were we talking about? Yes. Off topic there, but yeah, the.
Can you put an ice cream in your air fryer?
Well, I've seen some
Fried ice
things.
cream?
People have done some cool things, and Uncle Bobby probably knows this. The crock pots where people are doing. I've seen crock pot meatloaf. So I think the air fryer can do some things like that too. And I think one of the things, like Caroline actually came up with a recipe where she made fried zucchini, and it was kind of
Non-fried fried zucchini.
yeah, it was a baked, but it had it's the
Panko,
healthy,
those
but I could see you do it.
flakes.
Go ahead.
Those panko flakes.
Okay, go ahead. Take the show.
Bye.
No, go, but you keep firing in
I
on
was
me.
telling you what it was.
I know. Go ahead.
You can't.
Go
You
ahead.
can't
Go
just
ahead.
keep going. I
Go
have
ahead.
kids that interrupt me all day long, and it does not throw me off.
The point is, they're a healthy option, and Caroline did not realize that those are basically the same thing you would do with an air fryer. You'd put those same crumbs on them, and it would fry it and probably make it a little more crispy. Is what we think.
Probably.
So, Anyway, what else is going on today, wife? What else?
Nothing. I did some projects this morning, but I mean, it's a matter of just like working out for longer and then waiting longer to jump in the shower. I mean, it's like the days, we just sort of stretch them out, and then you look up at the clock and it's 2:30 or 3, and you're like, oh, where did the day go? I've been reading. I'm almost finished with one book. I've got another one to go. I've got like 5 in the hopper, but other than that, but that happens right before I go to bed.
Yep. Well, and the dog, he's out like a light.
Goodness, that's fun.
That is hilarious. I wish I could get. I had to move the camera. You might be able to see. Why don't you slide?
Let's see if you can see him.
I'm going to move this up.
Oh, he got up.
Oh, he got up. Forget it. Well, all right.
No,
Jump.
there he is.
Oh, there he is. See him down there. Hello, folks.
You want to stand up and say hi to the people?
No? You don't want to say hi? There we go. Oh, wait. He's looking. Oh, here we go. He's back on the. This is what he did the other night. Now, this.
He thinks there's somebody outside.
Okay, we'll have a seat. This happened the other night, actually. Let me pull this back to me. This is what happened the other night. Well, here he is. He's back now. The other night on my show, he was on the day bed behind me, and I was going on the air with Paul Morgan, who's in Australia, in Perth. And hi, Bubba. Okay, get comfortable. And GM and Caroline had gone to the yogurt shop, frozen yogurt, and we started the show at 8:30 or so here in Central Time in Texas. And I'm shooting it. When I shoot it, well, I'll just show you guys. It shoots this way. Well, that's the background right there. But you're seeing me. When you see me, when I'm sitting there, I'm actually against this wall to my right, and it's shooting from over the wall. So what you see in the background is the Nolan Ryan, but you can't tell it's Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan cards and all that. But I was going on. This is what I saw on my screen behind me. I saw this in a smaller picture over my left shoulder. I'm going on. Hey, welcome to Talking Baseball Australia. Well, I'm first off, the countdown goes down, and then I go from the countdown to the screen goes black, and I open up with a live shot of me, and I open it up and I have the mic on and all that. Only fortunately, I see him and I kind of froze. I realize he's looking right at me in the camera over my shoulder and back to me as I give you
really
right. And so I freeze, and so I froze a moment, and then I started. Okay, well, there's Max. So I let my hand down and took it off the knob and started talking. Realized I didn't turn my mic up, but I looked at the screen and go, wow, look, everything looks good. All the graphics are going. The show looks great. You know, the open was great. Everything's going. I look and I realize that I've got the mic down because I'm looking at him and he's in the background shot. He was in the first 5 minutes of the show, just kind of kicking it, looking out that window. So
he likes to see who's coming and going.
That window with the blinds open, and usually I've got lights in here. I got a whole set of lights that I do my shows in, but they're all in the corner. But this natural light coming in, he's even got a better view outside to see anybody who's driving up or what kind of trouble it is.
He recognizes a particular person who's not here right now who might be coming back.
Oh, the address, Kevin. Let me get that to you. Yeah, I'm put that up there. Sorry about that. There we go. That should get you on as well, because Kevin's up in the great state of Minnesota. What else we got here? Ryan says, you have a great show. Got to go. Yeah, his 6:30 show's coming up. Great stuff. Was like, Mom, be well. Sam, great to see you. Virtually, Lance. Get a job. There you go. Good to see you too, Ryan. Have a great one there, mate. Glad you're doing well. And Instant Pots are big around here. I'm playing catch up. That's right. Yeah, your cousin produced a group of potatoes east of Seminole. That's right. You told me that. And thanks, bonus, son Ryan. And I gave the yes acreage of hemp east of Seminole.
Well, if we're not going to go to, if you don't want to go anywhere else, then maybe we should go back to Lubbock, and you can harass Ryan in person.
Well, I don't harass Ryan necessarily, although I did see it. I meant to ask Ryan this earlier, and Lance will know too. About a month ago, they announced that the barbecue place I like out there, the Shack. Now, there's other places in Lubbock people like, but the Shack we enjoyed out there, and it shut down. Then I also noticed, and I don't say it's not so, or say it isn't so, but apparently the Knicks shut down out there too, and not coming back. So
you met Ryan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Well, I imagine
Saw it on the case-
bars keep closing.
well,
what are
I
they
mean,
gonna
the
do? I
case-
saw that a bunch of bars were suing the governor. And
Well,
I'm
the
not
KCBD,
arguing.
the KCBD website had that from yesterday, I believe it was, and I meant to ask Ryan that, meant to text him and ask him that today, but
It's hard when the government. I mean, again, we understand why the government is doing it, but at the same time, it's like if the government's forcing people to close, then it's like eminent domain. If they're going to take your land, then pay you for it. If they're going to take your business, then pay you for it. Because we have no choice.
yeah, and it's, you know, for me anyway. I'm going to bring us to the camera here. There we go. We can look at, you can look right there, sweetheart.
Okay.
Well, like that one, that looks like turkey neck, but anyway,
They look kind of yellow.
and well, it's not the best camera. Again, look at the two better. Let me put the shots together. Let's put the shots. Look at the quality of that camera.
I know it's good.
That camera that's on the right, the right of the screen where the thermometer is, folks. That one is
That way.
that's like a $40 camera, and this one came with a laptop, and that one that's one of the, it's called a C92. It's a one of the, it's the top. It's like 10, not 10 years old, probably 7 years old. Those cameras are. They still make them,
But they're good.
but they're the best streaming camera out there.
The colors.
The only problem is it doesn't focus. And I do have a camera that I can focus with, but I was going to hook it up tonight and just, maybe we'll do that next time. We'll do the focus. But anyway, you see the different cameras there. But yeah, we're back here on the laptop here. And also there's no lighting too. That doesn't help either, babe. So, but I'll bring this other shot in a moment.
Kevin in the room?
This is what I, what?
Is Kevin in the room?
Not yet. He'll let me know when he is now.
There
He
you
is
go.
now. That's how I know he's there. As I bring Kevin in just a moment,
He's fixing his hair.
he's just fixing his hair.
Fixing his hair. The grader.
Let's bring him in here as he gets.
Get yourself all dolled up, Kevin.
There you go, folks. Here he is. How we doing, bud?
Tough crowd. I mean, come on. I was just laying down. I can't have like bed, that to come on. I gotta. If I'm promoting myself as being more handsome than Rob Paneer, I gotta look the look. I just can't talk the talk.
I like your shirt.
Oops.
No.
Hold on. Just a second. There we go. All right, you hear me now. Sorry about that. I was just bringing down our camera there. There we go. I was going to give him a good shot of you, but with your hair. But yeah, you they asked me, or not fans did, but I got caught in that Rob Paneer versus you beauty pageant, and I don't think I'm a very good judge of that.
Rob's a much more, clean cut All American boy. I mean, come on. What's this crap?
Are you excited for opening day 2.0 tonight? Because you've already seen opening day town ball. Now you got the Saints. You gonna be watching those St. Paul Saints tonight?
No, I'm going to be at that game in Lonsdale, and that's going to have my full attention until I start getting tweets about score updates. I'm sure my usual summer thing is to catch a town ball game and then spend half the night like this.
Yeah, well, I have intentions of trying to watch some tonight, but I don't know if I maybe I sound terrible. I don't know how much I can watch. I want to check it out just to see that they get things off the ground, but I don't think I'll be able to watch long stretches. I love watching baseball, but I'm more of when I'm doing our games, obviously I'm into it, but I'm not one that can sit there and just watch 9 innings from start to finish in general. So maybe it'll be on the background, maybe it won't. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, did the Twins get their workout in today at CHS Field? How'd that work?
I guess they did. I was too busy peddling beer to half the town. I don't think, other than liquor stores and grocery stores, I don't think anybody in my town worked today.
It's like an Australian holiday. That's how the Australians do it.
That's what the Australians are every day.
Easy. We've
No.
got a lot of Australians watching
I
this.
love them. They don't work every day.
That's not
They have
fair.
more holidays than anybody I've ever known.
Basically, what happens is the holiday falls, like say, on a Tuesday.
You
Well,
get the rest of the week off.
they start on Friday. They got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And they'll mix in a Thursday or the other Wednesday
Yeah,
around
so
it. It's pretty.
If there's a Tuesday
I love it.
holiday, they work on a Wednesday. They have more holidays than anyone.
Yeah, Australia Day, if it falls in the middle of the week, they basically get a 5-day stretch. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I love their thinking there. But yeah,
It's great until you need to get in touch with somebody at work.
Did what we used to do too, Kevin? I don't know if you've ever been in this situation, but when I was at CBS Radio, we had personal days, and so if the 4th of July fell like on a Wednesday, you took personal days. Do you guys get personal days?
We get personal days, but if we try to take a personal day around a holiday, we're liable to get our fingers chopped off. So
I know where my mom, where my wife went. Where'd you go, babe?
I was just letting you have your space.
Oh, okay. I know she was bored there. Okay, see ya. Bye. She just she's very Australian. Just kind of comes and goes as she pleases, I guess. But
yeah, it's all
yeah, they over there. The holidays are, of course. I think the Australians do it right, and if anyone watching, they know I feel this way. Having the stretch and being able to take time off and enjoy life, they do that for sure. So I'm all for it. All thumbs up there. But are you? I'll ask you a generic baseball question because we know you and I spent a lot of time talking baseball. But are you as convinced that we see an entire Major League Baseball season? You think that's going to happen?
I think it will, but I think by the end of it, we're gonna know a lot about a bunch of younger players.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling that if anyone even so much as gets the sniffles are going to get tested, and you're going to see like
they had
a COVID injured list of a who's who of major league stars, and I think after that you're going to see some of the players thinking, I'm just going to maybe take the rest of the summer off and let's head to 2000.
39 positive tests today at all the major league sites today. I don't know if that's a good number or a bad number. I have no idea what percentage that is, but that was what came out today. Who knows? It's gonna. I think one thing too. I was telling this to the Australian audience Wednesday night that if you're the NFL or NHL or NBA, whatever sport that's kind of they're all going to re-rack again, then go to off season. But you can learn a lot from what to do from this too. Including the American Association. What the American Association is doing, a lot of folks can learn. And I think you're going to see a lot of people taking notes about what to do and what goes right and what goes wrong. I'm excited for American Association, but I'm a little worried too about that. I don't know. Are you?
Well, the nation is watching because I got word today the New York Times is up in Fargo to cover the games up there this weekend. So
Wow. That's cool. Well, they're going to get covered. They're getting coverage. It's great and all that. And I haven't read your blog. Is it out yet? Because I need to read it and see what the St. Paul Saints preview. I was going to run a poll to see what the T-Bones fans who were going to follow, what teams they're going to follow, but I haven't done it yet. But maybe I'll just follow the Saints. Are they ready?
I did a preview last night and I sent it out. And the reason I did it so late was because there's always such uncertainty with the roster. I've done previews before, like a week before the season began. And I put it out there, and then all of a sudden, George Sammons makes like 5 moves, and
Right. Yep.
my preview becomes obsolete. But I did mine last night, and then check out the starting lineup for the Saints. And a guy that I had plugged in playing infield is playing left. Guy I had plugged in to be a left fielder isn't playing at all, and it just kind of totally defied a lot of what I had in my preview. So
there was one year. I forget where I was. I want to say it was Gary, and we had put all the program together. And for the most part, Greg Taggart doesn't make a lot. He makes moves, but he waits until after opening day. But this particular year, and I don't remember what year it was. I want to say 15, maybe. We put the program together, and usually that program's got players' bios, and it usually gets us the first half the season before. You're going to have guys come and go, but usually the team's pretty much the same through the midway point. We got to opening day, and we had like 4 players that weren't on the roster that were in the program. It was like, oh my gosh. So I get what you're doing. This league of ours, the American Association, which we're referring to, there's a lot of turnover, so it makes it a challenge to do blogs and roster. I mean, heck, the T-Bones roster changes every 4 or 5 days. So I don't blame you for not doing your blog until the last minute. Heck, I might even wait a weekend.
That's always been one of my biggest bugaboos with game programs is that these teams will do it at the beginning of the year, and then by August you look in there. Like, let's say if you're on a road trip as just a fan, and you're popping into, let's say, in my case, let's say Des Moines, I buy a program, I look, and almost everybody featured in the program is gone.
Yep. Yeah.
If I had hit the lottery and bought American Association franchise and planted it in Belfield and Faribault, Minnesota, what I would do with my game program is just do the program with a bunch of neat stories and stuff about the league, the city, whatever, and then just have an insert where you would put the player bills, and that way, if guys come and go, you can adjust on the fly.
That's what we did when my first gig in West Virginia, way back in the early 90s. They had the slickest, coolest game program, very high end gloss. It looked more like a nice magazine you'd get at the doctor's office. It was even nicer than that. It was the side, not the saddle stitch bound, all that. It was nice. Had a cool glossy cover. But what they did was they had a really nice insert that had rosters, bios, even came with a little score, like a score sheet as well. And that was a separate little thing that went in there. And those inserts, you had to put them in the program. It was a pain in the butt, but it was really informative. The program was always up to date. Plus, you got a great collector's item. Plus, you had the up-to-date roster, both that right there. But all good. Let's see here. Harold, good day in Australia morning. Good to see Bill up in Indiana as well. We're just talking about Australia, the Australian holiday, the greatness of the Australian holidays over there, Harold, how much I love the Australian holiday. But Kevin, how are things as far as, is everybody better now? Are they calmed down as far as masks and what all there? How's the lay of the land of Minnesota?
Well, Nimrod governor wants to make masks mandatory in all public places.
So is it trending upwards or downwards? I get the feeling everything's trending down again, I guess. Am I kind of on target there?
It's trending down in Minnesota, but still the governor doesn't want to loosen anything up at all.
Yeah. Well, at least you should got baseball, town ball. I mean, you got that, and you got the American Association, and saw those St. Paul Saints rings. They're pretty nice. Did you check those out?
Yeah, I did. I did see those. I thought they were very well done. I like how they had like their name on the side for like the front office people, and had the name then said front office.
Yeah.
Nice how everything is nice and tailor made. Look at that.
You can kind of see the reflection there, but it's got the trying to get the reflection out of it. You can see it's got my name on there and all that. But yeah, it's those are cool. That was a cool. I saw the video with Sean and the play-by-play man Sean Aronson and some of the players. Really kind of cool. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm about to ask you that you might know this. I saw this too. I saw where Sioux Falls has got the bird cage. They got the canary, which is a yellow bird mascot. They have this hairy canary thing. Is that a Sioux Falls bit, or is that a Sioux Falls St. Paul bit? I wonder. I mean, that sounds like something St. Paul might have done. Have you seen that guy? There's a Harry Carey imitator that they're using.
Yeah, I have not seen that before. I don't know if that's Sioux Falls. I don't think it's the same thing. I think it's a Sioux Falls creation. Right. But
there was also something hilarious. You guys, by the way, you guys watching worldwide, during normal times, you should go to St. Paul, Minnesota, to downtown CHS Field there. And we were talking about agriculture earlier. CHS, a big agricultural conglomerate throughout the country. But the ballpark, phenomenal. The show's great. And I saw they have these characters, and they have characters that go throughout the ball game. They stay in character. They're a chef and a coach and the bell of the ballpark and all these different characters. Well, this afternoon, I watched a little bit of Saints Live, their pregame show, and they're doing Ferris Bueller's Day Off tonight at their ballpark, playing it in the stadium, and people would come out in the stadium and watch the game. Not watching a game, they'll watch the movie instead. And they did a takeoff the characters did on Ferris Bueller. The scene where he, he's sick and plays sick and going to school, and it's hilarious. Have you seen that? Did you see that? It was hilarious. They had the Down Under girl, whatever her name was. They had one of the main MCs was playing Ferris, and it was hilarious. It was really good, really well done. They do a great. Their job up there is you as a fan. It's a great place, man. I don't know what else to say. That's just what they do there is phenomenal.
I can't believe it's sold out up there tonight for that. I don't know how many people are into the ballpark, but It's sold out.
Yeah, that's well. I think people. I think if it's I know it's something we've talked about in Kansas City. I know a lot of places. I know that here in Dallas, AT&T Stadium, they're doing drive-in movies this weekend where I think it's $35 a car. It's all they got the technology. Just put the soundtrack goes on your FM dial. If you're in the car, you're fine. When you go to the concession area, wherever that is, I don't know how they have it set up, but you have to wear a mask there. But I mean, in those AT&T parking lots, they have those huge. They have these screens outside of AT&T Stadium and Jerry World. Of course, the big screens in the stadium they got on each end of the stadium. Outside, they have these plazas. There's party plazas, and those plazas have these big screens. They have 2 of them each side, so there's 4 of them total outside the stadium, and they're using those as the drive-in. And I think that's a really cool idea. But I guarantee you, if there was a drive-in situation, a block within a few miles of our house, we'd do it for sure. I mean, we want to get out of the house.
Yeah, we've developed a little family tradition. We go to this little town, Cannon Falls. It's about 30 minutes from our town. And they do a really good fireworks show at their fairgrounds. Well, they're not having a fair this year, but they're still going to have food stands and then the fireworks show. And I mean, it's so small town. This is what I did last year because I keep track of stupid things. The soundtrack for the fireworks is, of course, Lee Greenwood. God bless the USA.
Sure.
I measured how long the fireworks show lasted by Lee Greenwood's. And the fireworks show lasted 6.5 Lee Greenwoods.
So they just played it in a loop.
They had it on a loop on a speaker that sounded like it was, if you watch MASH, it's like the speaker they had at the 4077.
Yep. The little, I can't remember, little horn looking things. Yeah, those old school speakers. Yes, very old school, very, very vintage, if you will. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
imagine the kids sitting in a room rewinding the audio tape, and maybe they got like the cassette single for God Bless the USA, and like, oh, got to rewind it.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious. They, I used to say, gosh, I've seen one fireworks show. I've seen them all, but I think that all changes this year because I'd do anything to be watching a fireworks show this weekend at a ballpark because, I mean, I literally have gone, I've done more, and you know this, I've done more post-game shows with fireworks on than probably not. Usually on the weekends, we're on the road, you're doing the post-game show on the radio, and you got to pop the crowd mic down. You got to, close the window of the booth because the fireworks are going on at every ballpark. Even in KC, I got to pipe the mic down on Saturday nights, every Saturday night. So, and I always kind of say, oh, well, I'm kind of tired of fireworks, but man, well, I wouldn't get to watch fireworks this weekend and just, heck, do nothing. Because I usually got to work, but I won't poo-poo fireworks ever again.
I tell you, now that I'm kind of in your guys' world, I guess I've got a little burnout on fireworks too because, like you said, you get them all the time, man. It's nothing really stands out much anymore. But I tell you what used to stand out: Midway Stadium fireworks.
Really, at the old ballpark in St. Paul, huh?
Incredible. No restrictions. They're kind of restricted at the new ballpark because of the light pad. And Bill and I would go out to the outfield, lay down on the field, and the fireworks would go off right over the head.
That is cool. Kind of reminds me of the Gary South Shore Railcats ballpark there in Indiana. They do the fireworks out they used to do them across the freeway, across the highway, and they would, the toll road, but they actually brought them inside of the actual stadium. It was like that. If you were in the stands in Gary, they were right over you. And I don't know how they were able to do it. There were certain winds, but that's cool, man. That'd be really cool to be able to see it from that angle. But at KC, the only drawback if there is a drawback of T-Bone Stadium, it's the fact that it's hard to do fireworks that direction. We have to shoot them off, and we shoot them off behind us. So you actually got to go from your seat to another angle of the stadium to see them. That's the only, if there's and that's pushing it. There's not many drawbacks in that ballpark, if any. That's the one drawback. But yeah, I only had what's that?
Did they shoot them off like by the Speedway?
Yeah, they're right behind. Yeah, right down on that side. Yeah, they because I think the parking lots, because you're the Target parking lot in left field, and that small lots that's kind of used for the back entrance to. Well, they may change going forward. We may change this going forward, but and then the right field, it's the clubhouse, and right behind it's the parking lots for the restaurants and all in the mall right there behind it. So you have to go over the right field, over the first base line, which is out in the Kansas Speedway area right there behind us. So yeah, and so you really can't. I can only hear them from the booth. I can't see them. So I have to usually send one of my interns out and have them film it for us to put on live because I never see it. But if you go outside the press box, you can see them fine. You just got to walk out of the press box there. But good to see Glenn out there. Speaking of Australia, Glenn Toby is a good mate of mine in Perth. He was, by the way, Glenn, I don't know if Glenn's still watching, but Glenn, you'll like this story, Kevin. Glenn was the first manager from Australia to take the Little Leaguers to Williamsport. He was the manager of Team Australia, their first ever Little League World Series appearance back in 2013. And Glenn's a good mate, a great guy, a long time, just a phenomenal guy there in Perth. And he was just checking in a moment ago, but I saw his name pop up. I want to shout out to him. But yeah, my only time Williamsport with the Little League World Series was 13, and Glenn was the skipper, and he gave this great passionate. They have a little press conference and all that. A real passionate response and explaining how important it was for those Australian kids to be there and how they were giving it a go. And I never forget writing that story about them giving it a go. It's an Australian saying about, "Hey, I'm gonna go try," and they were definitely doing it. But he was the manager. So yeah, you've been to Williamsport, have you?
I've not done that trip yet.
It's a once in a lifetime. It's hard for us to do because you have to be. Luckily for me, I was the number 2 guy in Gary, so I had the time to do it when the team was on the road. But it's hard to do it now. It's like it's kind of going to Alaska. I'll never go to Alaska unless it's the winter because I never had a chance to go in the summer because that's when everybody wants to go. But so what you got on the agenda for this weekend? Baseball.
Yeah, pretty deep into it now. Obviously, be catching a little town ball tonight and catching about 50 mosquito bites. And next week, as we were talking about earlier, us in our business have to work the holidays, but the week after, so when we get to have fun, and I will be heading on vacation, so I will be in Sioux Falls on Tuesday night for the Saints and Canaries, which is technically the Saints home opener. So I'm going to catch a couple games there, head back after the game on Wednesday, maybe have a detour if I find a game somewhere in the middle of the prairie in Minnesota. Then possibly I may go to Milwaukee for the weekend series out there, but that's not etched in stone yet. But
yeah, I got you.
Trying to make up for lost time. Too much time sitting around the house looking at the TV.
Yeah.
Although I do have to tell you a little update from what we talked about during the quarantine. I am in season 10 of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, there you go. What are you thinking? Are you loving it?
So I'm hoping to complete that at some point here.
Are you loving it? Are you loving it?
Did I lose you because we just kind of like staring?
You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Did I lose you? Let's try. Did you lose my audio? Did you lose me? Can't hear me? Lost the audio. I don't know why we're having audio trouble today, but Kevin, I'm sorry about that, mate. I don't know what happened there. I guess you guys are still hearing me. Let me make sure that I'm still being heard. Good to see Cousin Blake out there. Yep.
Can't hear me?
Yep, can't hear me. Sorry about that, Kevin. Kevin from up there in Minnesota, great mate of mine. Kevin and our friendship goes back. We met in the American Association, and Kevin does a blog and does a show with baseball show and all that. And there's 2 guys that cover our league, the American Association, all the teams, and he's one of the 2. And he lives there just south of the Twin Cities, but does a phenomenal job. Good mate, just a phenomenal guy. It's funny. And I can name off several people. Kevin's one of them. Paul Morgan over in Perth is another. There's just people when you travel like I have and be able to broadcast and be in the media and do things that I get to do. That you get a chance to meet along the way. Sean Aronson's one who I was talking about this morning on Facebook. Who the broadcaster is St. Paul. There's a certain people that you come to your life and you're really thankful for and blessed. And Kevin's one of those guys. And Paul and Sean, people like that. And you develop friendships. You just don't. It's funny. You just kind of click. It's life. I think life's like that. You guys have been there, right? We've all been in that spot, right? Where life clicks, where maybe you're whatever it is you do for a living, it just clicks. Yeah, I lost you though, but I had to Lonsdale, by the way, and enjoyed Curb, my friend. Yeah, I think there's just certain places and people, that you just. It's funny. I was in I'll even use an example recently. About 3 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe it was. I was my church is doing a special men's study, special deal where we had a big Saturday morning deal, breakfast, and got me fired up and very, fired up, ready to go. We did a weekly study I think it went on for 6 weeks, it was 8 weeks, something like that. And the group I was with, I didn't know any of the guys at all. And I was kind of like, do my 8 weeks. I've been in groups before, I've done it and I've enjoyed it and met some cool people, then go about my business. But this group I was in, one of the gentlemen in the group was like, hey, you should come join us on our morning study Wednesday mornings. I'm like, okay. And sure enough, that one guy I met parlayed into 4 or 5 more close, dear mates of mine that I met through that one. It's funny how those occurrences happen along the way. And Kevin's one of those kind of occurrences. And I mentioned Paul Morgan, Sean Aronson, Brett Allred would be another one that comes to mind as far as guys like that. There are people out there, fans. I mean, Harold, my mate Harold in Perth, we met through mutual friends of ours in Perth, and Harold and our dear mates. I mean, just people like that. You love. That's one thing I love about being able to travel. And that's why it hurts me so not traveling. We're not able to travel is ridiculous. It sucks. But you meet so many great people. I mentioned a few weeks ago how I met. I met a couple from Sydney, Australia, at Candlestick Park. It was Candlestick Park, where the 49ers and Cowboy game. Cowboys had won. I took the bus back to the train station to get me back to the hotel or whatever I was doing or whatever. However, we were in a line together at the bus, and they had all these shuttle buses to take you back to the mass transit. And this couple and I were in line together. They're from Sydney. And we started up a conversation, wound up having a great meal that night together and some drinks and met. And we've been on Facebook friends since, and we've stayed in touch ever since then. It's funny how those occurrences happen. And one night thing not traveling drives me insane. So all good. All right, let's see what we got here. I think we're about to close this thing up here because it's a mic, and you can see out there as well. Great as Elmo as well. All good people out there. I love you guys. Glad to see everybody out there. 4th of July weekend here for us. So we're going to be, we're still not sure. We're invited to a thing at about 20 people, but I don't know. Well, I think we're going to just play it by ear. We may make a guest appearance and show up, stick our heads over the fence, and then be done with it. I don't know. We'll see. But different time this year. This is usually a time where I'm somewhere. Where would I be? Where would I be this year? I had to look that up. I would normally be. Let's see. Where would Dan be? Let's look that up. Where would Dan be tonight in normal circumstances? Let's just see. I'm kind of curious because I don't even remember. To be honest with you, usually by the time by the time the season starts, I have already got the season schedule memorized, and I did not get it memorized because of the whole. Well, it changed. The original schedule we had. Here it is. The original T-Bone schedule we had us, let's see here, July. Here we go. I was supposed to be, drum roll please, July 4th weekend. I'd have been at home in Kansas City. We'd have been there. We'd have been home all week, and we would have been home through Sunday. We'd have had an off day and gone to Lincoln on Tuesday. How about that? So we would have been in Kansas. I believe Kansas City, my 3 years there, we've been home every 4th of July, I'm pretty sure now. Gary, we were in and out, but we were home every 4th of July, I believe. All righty. Chris Brown, speaking of Kansas City, there you go, mate. Good to see you. Good to see my youngest out there. Caroline, I was trying to get you on the screen a moment ago when I saw you walking, and I was going to turn the camera around and give you a shot of Caroline outside, but I didn't really get that shot of as we close the show out, give you guys a shot of out there. I was going to give you guys a little shot of There we go. Where's that? Give you guys a shot of. She was walking through the patio back there. And I was going to give her a shot of her waving. Or she wasn't really waving, but I was going to beat in the window. But anyway, that's the patio there. We're from the studio today. Just kind of change it up just a bit. But all right, thanks for joining me, everybody. Glad you're along. Sorry we had some microphone issues both in Indiana and in the Twin Cities. And for some reason, the chat's frozen up on me too. But the internet, I'm happy to report the internet is still rocking right along. And it is, let's just see. Just kind of check it out here. Yeah, we're still doing okay. We didn't get dropped off. No lag in the show. That's all good. Just the audio problem. And we'll blame it on BeLive and not blame it on me. How about that? Okay, if you're bored and really, really bored this weekend, you can go back and watch some of the odds and ends on my social channels. One of those being right here, The Broadcaster Can Cook. I know I promote it all the time. At some point, maybe this weekend, I'll add a third video. We need to film one. My wife and I, maybe we should do it this weekend. We should film something here this weekend, as we have 2 episodes up, and we'll put a third up. That is up for you as well. And then we also got my social channels. If you are inclined, I'd love to have you follow me on Twitter and on the YouTube and Instagram, all right there. Instagram, I'm sort of in and out of. I love Instagram, but I catch myself not using it as much as I should. I want to use more of it. YouTube's kind of clearinghouse, and then the Twitter spot also. You can check out my website as well if you are really, 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 really want to check things out. You can check out my website, and that is Dan Vaughn Jr., which is pretty simple. There it is. I'll put up on the screen for you. That is my website name right there. There it is, at Dan Vaughn Jr. It's got some play-by-play on there. Nothing spectacular on there, but it's eventually that website's going to have things like this show and other odds and ends embedded in there as well. But just for you folks that really want to add to your social media. Yeah, I'm always trying to grow my channels. How about that? Okay, it's that time again. I hate this time. It's that close sign. There we go. We put it up. I'm going to close up the happy hour for Friday. Hope you had a great week, everybody. Being safe wherever you are. I know we don't always agree on everything. We can't possibly agree on everything. But for God's sakes, please love somebody close to you. You want to wear a mask, for God's sakes, wear a mask. You don't want to wear one, well, okay. Wear one by yourself where you're not around folks. Show some empathy and love people. Show the good love. Show some love to everybody. And definitely hug somebody close to you. And don't forget that we are one big family. We are. Okay, let's show. Let's put the close up, and we will close this thing out for a Friday. Have a great 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. Go USA. Go USA. And love you guys. We'll see you guys on Monday. Same time, same place. See you then, everybody.